Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craftsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. So we're going to continue on with the blue belt level here. We're going to go for 100 throws today. And let's get the roll tracker set. Good morning, Chris. We're going to start off with our 5-4-5-4 hardware set again. And again, we're going to focus on our grip, on our landing zone, and we're going to focus on identifying what the dice are doing so that way we can get those patterns down. That's roll number 1 here. We got 314 Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey, so we're going to start our day off with a 314. And that was a implode of our right die. So I was practicing a little bit today for the shooter competition coming up. And I'm going to do a slightly different dice set for that based off of the suggestions from Bone Tracker. Because we have got 1,200 rolls tracked right now. And we have a 3-3 hard 6. So hardways are starting to come out right away. And after we get through this first shooter here, we're going to go through. Good morning, Victor. I have not had the opportunity to one-on-one with you, Victor. Thank you for the suggestion on the dice grip. That has helped me tremendously over the last week and a half here, or full week actually. And I've taken your suggestion, grabbing more at the fingertips, and that is seeming to help quite a bit, although it is hard to get into that grip every so often. Now I'm veered off to the right a little bit, but we have a 5-6 mid-mo yo. But as we get it after our first shooter here, I'm going to go through kind of a review of some of the highlight videos from last night, the videos that I actually like. Good morning, Darwin. Things that actually kind of stood out to me a little bit on some of the videos last night. So we'll go through that. There's 3 videos that I want to kind of cover a little bit. And then we're going to go through a review of where we're at on round 2 for the shooting competition, on who's the top 6 people are so far. And we have a 617, so it's a short first roll. That would be an implosion of the left dice and an implosion of the right dice. So if you guys look at the screen also on right here, we have a 5, 4, 2, 3, and that's the order of the dice as they're on axis. And then we have a 6 and a 1 that's on there as well. So if you look at the dice, we have got the 5, 4, 2, and 3. And then we have on this side, we have the 6. On the opposite side, we have the 1. So that's what this little key is right here that you can kind of follow and you can kind of use when you're tracking the dice and trying to figure out what they're doing. So just kind of a little cue there. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Navaldo. So shooter number 2. Yesterday we had a long first roll. Today was a short first roll. We have a 1-1-2. Snake eyes come out to pay the don'ts, take the do's. And yesterday, guys, was one of our better rolling days, actually. And I hit the small twice yesterday. I hit the tall once yesterday, and we hit the all once. So that was a pretty decent roll. I think a 30, a 20-something, and the high teens a couple times. So, ooh, the dice kissed at the end there, but we have a 2, 4, 6. So yesterday would have been a very profitable day. I wish those throws would have went through to the throwing competition. Plus, I wish I was at the casino yesterday with those throws, because I definitely would have made some bank. And we have a 1-2 shocker. So that would be an explosion of the left die. And again, like I said, I have a little cheat note that I have on the table, so that way you can kind of remember which die is exploding and imploding, and get into it a little bit faster. And hopefully over time we'll be able to memorize those so we don't have to look at that cheat sheet. Veer it off to the right a little bit again, but we got a 4-5 center field 9. This is a single pitch. Which I am fine with. And remember, we're always recording the dark colored die first and the white colored die second. And if I'm using the red-blue set like those, I would record the red one first and then the blue one second. And we have a 3-6-9 center field 9. So that would be an implosion of the left die. This is going to be roll number 6 for this shooter. And we have a 4-2-6 single pitch. So videos from yesterday. First one on the cover is Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps put out several videos yesterday, but the one in particular that I was interested in watching was his hybrid video. He went through, and it was kind of a 6-2-8 here, guys, 6-2-8. So that would be an implosion of the left eye. He went through, and it was kind of a follow through from the craps chat from Sunday night. There was topics of conversation about how the hybrid strategy can't make a lot of money and how you just sit there and float and go back and forth, and it's, you know, a grinder type strategy, which he did not really disagree with. But he wanted to show how he had built his bankroll. He said from $500 to 6.5 Minbo Yo, from $500 up to $10,000 within 18 months by using this that strategy in a casino. And he went through and kind of showed how he did it. I started off as a hybrid player, so I am very interested in that type of stuff. That one felt good coming out. And every time I say that, we get the big red, 617. So that was an implosion of the left die and an implosion of the right die. Not a good start there. But anyhow, check that video out from Mid-Atlantic Craps with Jeff. Awesome, awesome video. And he showed his style of play, how he uses it on choppy tables. He did go through and say that he likes to play the light side, especially on hot tables, because that's where you can make a lot of the money in that. And we have a 1-2-3 come out 3. Shocker. That would be an explosion of that left die. The second video that I wanted to talk about was, and he's in the chat right now, Chris from Dice Degen. And Chris went through and he explained his tournament rules. He's going to go either 32 or 64 teams. And he's looking for people that want to go live with him so they can demonstrate either their gameplay or their strategy. But he has a set a set of rules that you need to follow that are going to be guidelines for the tournament. 156 mixer, and that would be an explosion of that left die. So check out his video, awesome video as well. And the third video I want to cover is somebody who has not put a video up for over 6 months now, and he's a regular part of our craps community, but it sounds like he's going to be getting back into it. Now veer to the right a little bit, and we have a 1.5 mixer again. So again, that was an explosion of that left die. And that individual is Cal from CCC, California Craps Club. Put a video out last night. Really good video. It was rehashing Jacob from Wager Me This, his 6-7-8 strategy, and how he was just trying to replicate it and show, which is another version kind of a hybrid strategy. So welcome back again, Cal. And we have a 3-4-7. And that one, dice just rolled. It was a 3-4, which is a double pitch. And that one, I should have set the dice down before I threw it because I felt a small split in the dice. And it seems like whenever I feel that small split, that is something that does happen, that double pitch in that. So anyway, that's the 3 videos. If you guys want to go out, check them out, support their channels. If you haven't subscribed to their channels, by all means, please do so. All 3 excellent contributors to the craps community, and all 3 of them are valid channels. That one felt good. Let's see what we got. We have a 2-2 hard 4. So on axis primary. Good morning, Bam. Mike, how did your Vegas trip go? A little bit of energy in that dice, but we have a 6-4-10. Big Ben on the end. So that's an implosion of that left die. And we have a 1-4-5. So an explosion of that left die. The other things I want to talk about is the shooter competition. We're in the second round of that right now. And there's 2-6-8. So now the right die went off axis with an explosion. So that we have probably, I don't know, there's about 10 or 11 shooters that have gone in the second round already, and they're either getting really high scores or really low scores. And the top 6 people right now is Mudslide Mac. He has 33 for his roll. G-Dub is at 27. And then there's a big jump down to Uncle Hoko with 16. Toothpick Ted at 14. Alfredo at 13. And Dave Carlin from Same Bet at 12. So those, I'm thinking like somewhere around that 11, 12, 13 mark is going to be the cutoff probably for this round. And we have a 5-2-7. So double pitch. Yeah, today the rolls are kind of average compared to what they were yesterday. That was 8 or 9 for that one. So in order to move on in the tournament, I think I'm going to have to post at least a 14 or 15 to even have a chance. At least that's the way it's looking right now. But only time will tell. That one felt good. We have a 5-3-8 single pitch on access. So let's see if we can get in a pocket of eights. This eights coming up here. Because that one felt good. Let's see if we can replicate that throw. And another 5-3-8. So that's good. That's good. Single pitch again. And that was point and point made. So coming out again. See if we can do it again. I know when I was practicing, I had 4 or 5 fours in a row when I was practicing before I went live this morning. And again, I was using a slightly different dice set at that time. And we have a 3-2-5. So the new point will be 5, single pitch again. So I live in Wisconsin, for those of you, the very few that don't know about it. But we are going to be hit with a huge snowstorm starting tomorrow. We're supposed to get, I guess, up to 14 inches of snow. That one felt a little short, a little bit low, but we came up with a 6-3-9. So that's an implosion of that left eye. So I'm sure in the next day or 2 or 3 even, I will be doing lots of snow removal and trying to dig my way out so I can get to work. I will still try to keep the same live streaming schedule. And we have a 5-6 mid-mo yo. So now that right die went off axis, and that was an explosion of the right die. Good morning, IPA, Noah. "14 inches is what we're predicted to get. So we'll see how it goes. I live in an area in Wisconsin where we either get hammered or we don't get anything at all. If you look on the map on Wisconsin, right along Lake Michigan, because my house is actually within a half a mile from Lake Michigan, not even, maybe a quarter of a mile. The dice came down, kissed, and the left one flew off, but we got a 4-1-5. So it's an implosion of that right die. But if you look at the map of Wisconsin, and everybody always laughs when I do this, but there's a little bump right here in the side of Wisconsin here. That's right where I live in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, right on that bump on the map. So if you guys don't believe me, go check the map out. There's a little bump on Lake Michigan, about halfway up the eastern side of Wisconsin. That's right where I live. That's the town of Manitowoc. And the town right north of us is called Two Rivers. If you're to the right just slightly, we have a 1-6-7 out. So that was an explosion of the left dice and an explosion of the right die. And that was roll number 7 for this shooter. So a lot of average rolls here right now, guys. So IPA, Noah went to college and lived in Chicago. So I am about a 3-hour car ride the way I drive north of Chicago. It's about an hour and 15 hour, 20 minutes to downtown Milwaukee from where I'm at. Felt a little bit long. 1-1-2, come out 2, snake eyes. The grip is feeling good today. I need to hone in on that landing zone. So that was an explosion of the left dice and an implosion of the right. I need to, oops, yeah, I need to really hone in on that landing zone today. That's the one thing I think is throwing me off a little bit here. Dice kissed again when they came down, but we came up with a 2-4-6 single pitch. So that kissing at the end when they come down means one of two things. Either they're staying that tight together when they're flying through the air, which may or may not be the case, or they're slightly twisting and they're coming down and hitting. So I got to figure out which one of those are happening, and I could do that once I review the video. I usually review each of my videos after they go up. That's kind of watching material while I get ready to go to bed. And we have a 4-5-9. Center field 9, single pitch. So it's roll number 10. We're going on roll number 11 here. Looks like we need the 3, the 4, 10, and 12. 3, 4, 10, and 12. And we have a 3, 5, 8. That left eye kind of fell a little short there. It's a single pitch. And that one did twist a little bit. 1-5 mixer, 1-5 mixer. That one did twist a little bit. So the left eye was higher than the right eye. So that one I did see. So that was an explosion of that left eye. Veered off to the right just a little bit, but we came up with a 5-6 mid-mo yo. So that would be an explosion of that right eye. And that was a come out. So we're still looking for a point. We hit 2 points so far, 3 points so far on this roll. We're looking for shooter or roll number 14 here. And we're looking for the 10, the 12, 3, and 4. That one felt good. And we have a 3-2-5. Single pitch. So our point is back on that 5. And a 2-4-6. Single pitch again. It's the third 6 we've hit on this. This is roll number 16 coming up. So these are the types of rolls I want to see on a more regular basis, and I'm getting more of them as we're practicing. And we have a 314 Big Joe. So that is an implosion of that right die. And all we're looking for is that 3. Let's get a shocker here, guys. Let's get a shocker so we can get at least one of them today. Yesterday, if you're just joining in, yesterday I hit the small twice, I hit the tall once, and we hit the all once, which is the best I've done on video so far. And we have a 112 Snake Eyes. So it's an explosion of the left, implosion of the right. And that one came down weird. 156 mixer. That one came down weird. The left die went higher and it trapped the bottom die right on the table, so it didn't even move once it hit. It came down like this, and then this one flew off, and that one just stayed. And I believe that's the style of what John from Pro Crops is trying to get. So John, so you don't even have to do the chopper style in order to get that result. I don't like to see it, but that's exactly what happened. And we have a 325. Single pitch. This is going to be roll number 20 coming up. Still have not hit that tall or small that I could tell, that I've seen. Good morning, Craig. And we have a 112 Snake Eyes again. So if you guys haven't checked out Craig's channel lately, Oh Big Craps, he just changed his cameras around and his views around, and he's having a pretty nice setup there. So check him out if you guys haven't done so recently. It's exciting to see people grow on their channel to improve what they're doing and how they're doing things. Whoa, that one kissed at the end, and we got a 325. So we lucked out on that one. Well, they kissed, and that left one took off flying. It's a single pitch. We're looking for roll 22 here. And 639, center field 9. So that would be an implosion of that left die. And we're still looking for that 10 and 12 and the 3. 10, 12, and 3. The 5 has been hit 5 times this shooter, I think, already. So starting to get some repeaters going here as well. And we have a 6.5 mid-mo-yo. So that's an implosion of that left die. If you guys notice, we have 314 Big Joe. If you guys notice the length of the roll this time, and if you can kind of figure out why that's happening, because what was the comment I made right before this roll started? You're welcome, Craig. What was the comment I made before this roll started? That thing that I needed to work on today that I was not seeing in the beginning that actually has changed and it's getting to be what I want it to be. So put in the chat what you think it is. And 235, what changed between this roll and the rolls before? 235. That's roll number 25, 26 coming up here. This is the same thing that was working well for me yesterday as well, in my opinion. And we have a 1-5 mixer. So that is an explosion of that left die. So what has changed? No comments yet. What I think happened was I targeted in that landing zone now. I'm getting it on a more consistent basis, and the dice are landing where I want them to land at the end of the table. I think that's what was happening yesterday is I was getting pretty on with that landing zone. I would veer to the left a little bit as I talk about, but we have a 1-4-5. So that is an explosion of that left die. And this is going to be roll number 28 coming up here. So the landing zone is starting to hone in here, and that's, you keep the energy level of the landing zone comparable or similar, and use the same style grip. That's 3 out of the 4 elements that we have listed on our around our logo right now. The posture is a little bit, that one veered to the right a little bit. 1-5 mixer. So that's an explosion of that left die. Good morning all as well. For those of you joining in right now, this is a good roll. We started off with a bunch of average rolls in the beginning. Nothing terrible, but nothing great. A little bit too much energy in that one right there, but we have a 1-3-4. We lucked out Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. So that was an explosion of that left die once again. And we're looking for roll number 30 right now. We still have not gotten that small or tall, but we're on our 4th point. If we get a 4 again, that would be awesome. And that would be a fire bet. And that's something I don't hit too much of. 4-2-6, single pitch. Something I don't hit a lot of. I seem to hit zones of numbers, but getting the points is not something that I normally hit a lot of, which I don't understand why. Because if I get pockets, it's not uncommon for me to hit a number 4, 5, 6 times on our shooter. Like this right now, we have the 5 and the 6 has been hit 7 times each just on this shooter alone. So that's, that type of stuff isn't uncommon for me, but making points seems to be a little bit more challenging. And guys, this is the number I think we're looking for. 1, 2, 3. Shocker. That's an explosion of that left die. Let's enter it in and see what happens. There we go. That's a small. We got it today. All we need to get is that 10 and 12 yet. So we got at least one of them. Of all the live sessions we've done, there's only, and we've been tracking them, there's only 2 of the sessions that we have not hit either the tall, small, or all. Yesterday we hit it 3 of them, or 4 of them. That one felt a little bit short. We lucked out 4-1-5. So that was an implosion of that right die. Now the right die is starting to go. Before it was the left die going the whole time. So Chris has been seeing me hit these smalls and talls almost consistently here. And by the way, that was roll number 32. Let's see if we can keep her going. See if we can hit the 40s right now. Whoa, that was a terrible throw. But hey, we lucked out, guys. We totally lucked out. That was terrible. It went way right, and it hit the back wall like too soon. 5-5 hard 10. So we totally lucked out on that one. I think my longest roll that I've ever done is like around 45 or 46. And that was not done on camera. That was when I was actually doing when I originally started practicing about a year and a half ago. But then I stopped practicing, and now I'm really, started, since I'm doing this series, this is where we're really increasing the practice. That one felt really good coming out, like the landing 5-1 mixer. So that is an implosion of the right die. This is roll number 35 coming up. I would love to see that when I'm doing a shooter competition, a roll like this. Veered to the right slightly again, but we came up with a 4-5 center field 9 single pitch. So 5-4-9. And we finally got the big red. 6-1-7. So that would be a implosion of the right and explosion of the left. No, implosion of both. And that was roll number 36. That was an awesome roll, guys. So hopefully people made money off of that one. Today, so far, we've only had, this is shooter number 5 here, I think. An SOR of 14.5 right now, an SRR of 9.7. So we've got 42 more rolls left for the day. Let's see if we can have another really long roll here, because I was getting in a zone there, in a groove. I was feeling really good. Dice crossed that time. We have a 5-1-6 mixer, so that will be our come out. So that's an implosion of that right die. And what I'm finding, guys, is, and the more I'm practicing, the more consistently I'm getting decent rolls. And by decent, I consider that's a 2-6-8. So that would be an explosion of the right die. By decent, I consider rolls of 12 to 14 or longer as decent. And I'm consistently getting those, of the 100 throws, at least 2 to 4 of them, of those 100 throws, are within that range. So that's, I think, a pretty good average starting here. Terrible throw, guys, and 5-2-7. Terrible throw. That was way too low. It landed way too far from the wall. I don't know if the dice slipped out of my fingers on that one or what. I'm not really sure. So that was a double pitch. But what I'm finding is that the grip is becoming way more comfortable. I feel like I'm getting a groove with my release point. and I get in pockets or pockets of grooves with the landing zone. And that's, I think, the key element right now is getting that landing zone dialed in. Veer it out to the right a little bit, and we have a 2-1-3 shocker. So that's an implosion of the right die. And still looking for a point. Let's focus here a little bit, get back in our groove. And a 6-5 mid-mo yo, pass line winner. Take the don'ts, pay the dues. So that would have been an implosion of that left die. And that one went a little bit long. I hit almost at the bottom wall when it came down at the end of the table, which is not good sometimes for me, but sometimes it actually helps me out. And a 4-2-6. The 4-3 was showing, but it kissed right at the last second and knocked it over to the 2. So that was a single pitch. And that one felt good coming out. We have a 2-6-8. That one felt really good come out. So we have got a explosion of that right die. Our 6 is our point. Felt a little bit long, a little bit low, but we came up with a 5-5 hard 10 on axis primary. Hard way. So this afternoon, I have a possibility of filming the, wow, that was terrible. 3-4-7. A dice hit, rolled, there was a low throw, and he split at the end in 3-4-7, big red. Possibility of filming the championship match for the Badass Craps Move tournament. If I don't get it done today, there's no chance of getting it out this week. If I can film it this afternoon, I will hopefully have it up and going posted by Thursday afternoon. Coming out. That one felt good. We have a 3-2-5 single pitch. So we'll see what happens with that. And the thing about this next match is it is the championship match. So if one of the strategies, it's going to be sister press and pull going up against the what was the other one? The one hidden down, I believe. Yes. And if the one hidden down wins, that'll be the last match of the tournament. But if Sister Press and Pull wins, I will have a final match to determine a winner because it is a double elimination match and the one hidden down has not lost yet. And the last time I did a top 10 tournament, like this 3-2-5 single pitch, last time I did a top 10 tournament like this, that's exactly what happened. Brian from Hawaii Crop Shooters, I was doing the quarter pounder with ease. And he had lost throughout, and he came back into the championship match and had to win twice at the end in order to win the whole tournament. And that's a possibility of that happening again as well here. And now, if that would happen, the Sister Press and Poe would have to hit or win twice in order to win the whole tournament. And we have a 1-4-5, no field 5. So that is an explosion of the left die. So we'll see what happens. We have 30 more rolls left. So we'll see what happens with it. If I can get it filmed this afternoon and see if I can get it up by Thursday. I also am going to be doing a series of shorts for the next couple weeks. So we're going to be doing, we got a 3-4-7 big red, double pitch. So we're going to be doing, I'm not going to be making, after this tournament's done, any long form videos other than the live streams in the morning here. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of shorts for a couple weeks, basically because my personal life needs a little bit more time involved in that. A little bit less craps and a little bit more personal. So that's one thing we're working on. And we have a 6-3-9, center field 9. So that is an implosion of the left eye. The other thing I'm going to be working on, and this is totally craps related, is I'm putting together a ebook for how to build a craps table. So I'm actually going through all of my videos right now, and I'm putting it in book form, and I'm going to try to put in, that was a little bit long, but we ended up with a 6-4-10 big bet on the end, so I don't think we hit that number much today. So again, that was an implosion of the left eye. But with the book, I'm going to be putting in stuff that triple elimination tournament. I don't know about that skill. Unfortunately, your strategy lost yesterday, which is unfortunate because I was pulling for you, bud. But that ebook is going to be more detailed than what my videos are actually at. I'm going to be putting a lot of tips that I didn't have in the videos. Kind of tips that I didn't have time to put in or I didn't think about putting in. 6-5 mid-mo yo. Or things that I figured out after I completed the project. So we'll be putting that in the book. That I will be probably charging a price for it. The price will be minimal. I haven't decided on that, what I'm going to do with that yet. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's taken up a considerable amount of time to do it. We have a 3-6-9, center field 9. So that was an explosion of the right dice. So on the book that I've been working on it already, and I'm a little over halfway through the first video, and I already have written out like 16 or 17 pages already. So just the first video alone is going to be probably around a 25 to 30 page mark, because it has pictures, it's illustrated, it's has all the descriptions, all that type of stuff. And I probably have about 4 or 5 hours into the book already. 2-1-3, shocker. So it's going to take a considerable amount of time. It'll take probably 2-3 months to get the thing written and to get it formatted and to get it the way that I want it to be. That was an implosion of the right die, by the way. So we'll see what happens with it. It was a little short, but we came up with boxcars. I think it's the first 12 we've thrown today. 6-6-12. So that was an implosion and an explosion. Implosion of the left, explosion of the right. Yeah, that's the first 12 we threw today. So all we need to do is hit that 8 and we'll get that tall for the day, guys. Let's see if we can hit that 8. 8 has been traditionally one of my weaker numbers. I've been hitting the 6s a lot more than I've been hitting the 8s as of recently. Veer off to the right just a little bit, guys, and we have a 639 center field 9. So again, that's an implosion of the left die. And another 639. So this is a great example of pockets, getting into pockets of numbers. And that's all things that we need to really watch for and to consider, especially once we start getting our into our betting strategies and that. So, Craig, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Um, that one saw it. He went up against the giant. David doesn't always win against those giants. And that's exactly it, though. Your strategy, and you self-profess this, the strategy is made to be consistent. It's not going to be a huge home run hitter, but it's not going to be a huge loser as well. That's the way you designed it. And I honestly, I use that strategy quite a bit. I use the 66 version, not the 88 version. And we have a 5-2-7, 7-ouch, double pitch. So we have got 20 more rolls. Let's see if we can get these in. John's live stream should be starting in about 14 to 15 minutes, if he's on time. Guys did not feel comfortable there. They're off just a little bit, so we'll set them down, reset it again. And 6-5 Minbo Yo. So that's an explosion, I'm sorry, an implosion of that left die. And this is a come out yet. So we got a 6-5. So this is roll number 11 for the shooter. I didn't realize that that was a point that was coming out before. I didn't realize that. So that's awesome. So last big red was a come out big red. Ooh, that left die jumped up high, but we have a 3-1-4 Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. So that's an implosion of the right die. Point is 4. And that one felt good, and it landed really nice tight to the back wall. 4-1-5. Numbers are looking good today, guys. I had, like I said, a bunch of medium-sized rolls in the beginning, and they've been kind of peppered in throughout. But we've had a couple nice rolls today as well. A little bit long. The left eye went a little high. We're back on that 4-1-3-4 again. Big Joe. So that was a explosion of that left eye. That was our point, so we're coming out again. So that's our second point that we hit. Again, pockets of numbers, guys. You get into grooves and you're going to start seeing a lot of repeating numbers. That one veered way off to the right, but we have a 1-5 mixer. So that's an explosion of that left die. And that will be our third number for our points. So let's see if we can hit that again. 6 is normally one of my stronger numbers. So there's a very good possibility of hitting this. And that left die caught the, we have a 2-1-3 shocker. That left die caught the table and it veered right to the right. It just took off. So that's an implosion of that right die. And we have a 4-2-6. I lucked out on that one because as I was throwing, I realized that the dice were split slightly apart, and that's a single pitch, by the way. We're split slightly apart, and that's usually when that big red comes up. Magic Aces, good morning. And we have a 1-3, a 1-2-3 shocker. Again, that's a explosion of the left eye. For anybody that's just showing up, we had a couple good rolls today. We're looking for roll number 18 on this shooter. We had one shooter that hit, it was either 39 or 40, something like that, today. So that was a pretty decent roll. The rest of them have been around that 7 to 9 range. And we have a 4-5 center field 9, single pitch. Number 19 coming up. Starting to get that landing zone down again. Starting to get into that groove again. A little bit long. And 4-3-7. And that's exactly what happens. 4-3-7, big red, double pitch. And that was roll number 19. So we have 10 more left, thereabouts. And we have got in 1,300 rolls. So at the end of today, will be 1,400 rolls in the blue belt level. So that's a considerable amount. And that one felt really weird coming out of my hands. My fingers are twitching. We have a 3-3 hard 6. One of the comments that Dylan asked me yesterday is if I was getting tired with my throwing. And this is, 100 rolls, if you guys have never done 100 rolls, 100 rolls does take a little bit out of a person, especially when you're trying to present the rolls and talk your way through the video to hopefully help keep interest from people. That does take a little bit of a person. 2-4-6, single pitch. And I seem to get it somewhere around that 60 to 70 mark before I start feeling it a little bit. At the regular table, I would obviously, take a little bit of time away from the table when that happens. So that was our point. So we hit our point, so we're coming out again. Been hitting the points quite nicely today. And we've got a 1-4-5, no field 5. So that's an explosion of that left eye. Using the hardway set, the 5-4-5-4 hardway set. and a 2, 6, 8. So it's roll number 94. We have 6 or until the big red comes out, because we're in that category right now. And we have a 5-2-7 or 2-5-7. So it's double pitch. So we're going to end it with that right there now. Let's scoot over to this screen really quick and see where we ended up today. So we had a 36 roll, a 9 roll, 9 roll, 19. We ended up with 10 shooters. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. Our come out sevens were a little bit low. We were hitting the inside numbers today. Fields were average. Our 4s and 10s were low. Box numbers were average. We hit a lot of horns today, and our hardways are way below average. Hot numbers today were the 6, the 5, and the horns. And we're significantly low on the 7s today, the 8s today, and the 12s. I think we only hit 1 or 2 12s the entire day, so that was a really low number. But guys, thanks for following along. Don't forget, good morning, TH. Don't forget about super chats, super stickers, super thanks. All the proceeds do go to the channel. Nothing goes in my pocket. It goes to the channel and for future projects. But thanks again for joining here, guys. Skill has a preferred way to get a hold of me. You can go to craftsmasterjourney@yahoo.com. I have it underneath my videos in the description, the email link, under all my videos, so you can check that out as well. But hey, my name is Joe. This is my Craftsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too.